Hi, I'm Elena from Manhattan. Please like and subscribe. I was raised by an amazing single mom who worked as a cleaning lady in a fancy hotel. Even though we weren't rich at all, I always had everything I needed. And more importantly, I always knew I was loved. Once, when I was 7, Mom took me to the hotel with her. While she was busy cleaning some rich lady's suite, I spotted something sparkling under the bed. It was a gorgeous diamond necklace. Look, Mom, look what I found! Elena, where did you take this from? We have to put it back. Just then, the rich lady walked into the room, and she started screaming that she was being robbed. Minutes later, the cops arrived on the scene, and the lady insisted Mom had broken into her safe. They immediately arrested Mom and took her away. Suddenly, my whole world turned upside down, and I was sent off to live with my grandma in another city. But after only a few months, Grandma said that she was too old and tired to take care of me, and she shipped me off to an orphanage. Many years passed there, and I really missed Mom. When I was 15, the warden told us one day that some rich benefactors would be paying a visit, and she told me that I had to sing something for the guests. I loved to sing, but I felt really nervous in front of those fancy-looking people. I closed my eyes and gathered all my courage. People have a way of bringing you down. I've been told I'm not good enough. I wish they could be in my shoes just once to hear how their words sound so rough. Just believe in yourself, 'cause there's no doubt you're beautiful and strong inside and out. I wouldn't change a thing. To me, you're a star. You're pretty much perfect just as you are. Everyone seemed stunned, and then they broke out into loud applause. Just then, a very handsome young guy, who was 3 or 4 years older than me, walked over to me from the audience. Your voice, it's truly a gift, Elena. I'm Harry, and I'm a music producer. I would really love it if you'd come and sing for me. It would be amazing to record an album with you. I couldn't believe my ears. Sing for him? Me? An album? It almost seemed too good to be true. But before I knew it, he'd made arrangements for me to leave the orphanage and was whisking me off to his huge mansion. He introduced me to his lovely parents, and then a maid led me to the most gorgeous room. The second they left, I jumped onto my huge bed. This was awesome! But then I went downstairs for dinner. I bumped into a girl in the hallway, and she started screaming at me. Watch where you're going, you clumsy moron! When were you hired as a maid? You're fired! I'm not a maid. And who are you? Who am I? I'm the mistress of this mansion and Harry's fiancée. Just then, Harry came running in. Amanda, remember? I told you we were looking for a talented young girl for the new project. Well, we found her, and she's staying here as my guest. Staying here? Are you crazy? You didn't think it was important to ask me first? I'm your freaking fiancé, and no way is this beggar girl living here. He took me by the arm and pulled me into a room. Harry was engaged? He was too young. And to this witch? What is wrong with you, Amanda? Don't make me say something I might regret later. Yes, you're my fiancé, but we both know why. You're not allowed to interfere with my music. Yeah, we both know why. And you'd better not forget it, Harry. Your family will be broke if my dad finds out you don't want to marry me. I started training with a vocal coach, and soon enough, I was ready for my first song. On the morning of the recording, a maid walked in with some tea. Hey there, miss. Drink this. It's good for your throat and will make you sound even lovelier. I was touched by her sweet gesture and gulped it down before rushing off to the studio. But the minute I started singing, something really strange happened. I love you, baby. I cleared my throat and tried again, but my voice just kept cracking, and I had no idea why. Harry looked shocked, and the director started shouting angrily. What is this rubbish, Harry? I'm a very busy man, and this is a waste of time. She obviously can't sing a note. I rushed out of the studio in tears and stepped out in the back alley. There, I ran smack into Amanda, who was laughing her head off. Oh my god, that was so funny. You sounded like an ugly toad. Wanna go home so we can drink some more tea? Wait, what? Did you put something in my tea? Are you insane? Why would you do that? Because I know what you're up to, you gold digger. You're trying to impress Harry because you're after him and his money. But you're not getting either over my dead body. With that, she pushed me really hard into the garbage dumpster. I was so furious that I pounced on her. As we were screaming and wrestling, someone pulled us apart.
Stop it! What's wrong with you guys? What's happening here?
And suddenly, she burst into crocodile tears, acting all hurt. This filthy rat has gone crazy. She's just angry she couldn't sing, and she's taking it all out on me. She tried to kill me, Harry. This is what happens when you pick up poor people and try to help them. I'm gonna call the cops.
No one's calling the cops. Elena, please just go home with the driver. We'll talk later.
It made me upset to see his disappointed face, and I quickly left. This Amanda was an evil witch who was out to get me. Oh, Mom, I wish you were around. I wouldn't have to deal with any of this. Later that night, I heard someone playing the most beautiful music. I followed the sound to the library, and I saw Harry sitting at the grand piano. Suddenly, he looked up straight at me. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you.
You're not bothering me, Elena. Come join me.
I sat next to him, and he asked me to sing this new song he'd written. As it ended, he turned to me with a smile.
There's that beautiful voice I know.
Listen, Harry, I'm sorry about what happened in the studio.
It's okay. You were just nervous. We'll get you back there again. In fact, this music I'm playing is part of an album no one knows about yet. You're the first one. And I wrote this song for you. For your voice. It's perfect.
As Harry looked into my eyes, I felt butterflies in my stomach. He moved a little closer and put a hand under my chin. Was he going to kiss me? I suddenly jumped off the bench. I should really go to bed now. Good night. And with that, I fled from there, my heart going 100 miles a minute. After that, I decided I was going to focus on my music only, and I definitely couldn't be alone with Harry, which wasn't too hard because Amanda had practically moved in and was always clinging to him like a snake. One evening, when I returned to my room, I switched on the light and screamed. Freaking Amanda was sitting on my bed. She instantly leapt at me and pinned me against the wall. Amanda, what the heck are you doing? I'm warning you, witch. Do you think I don't see what's happening? I have my eyes and ears everywhere in this house. Half the staff here works for me. Don't even think about it, Elena. Harry's mine, and he's never going to be yours. Oh, if you're so sure of that, why are you here in my room? You're clearly threatened by me, and maybe you should be. She looked livid. Step carefully, or I'll ruin you. And with that, she climbed out of the window and jumped. She was a psycho, and now I'd made her even angrier. In a few months, I was able to record my first album, and Harry wanted to celebrate our success by throwing a huge music release party. I really wanted Mom to be there, and Harry had been helping me look for her, but we hadn't found anything. On the night of the party, I walked into the hall and was suddenly surrounded by big music directors, producers, and artists wanting to talk to me, and I was on top of the world. Suddenly, I felt a gentle tap on my shoulder.
May I have this dance?
Harry led me to the floor, and my heart skipped a beat as he drew me close. We were dancing like no one was watching, when suddenly, the song changed, and we both stopped in our tracks. The DJ was playing Harry's song from the album that wasn't even released yet. Harry walked over to the DJ furiously and shut off his system.
Where did you get a hold of this song? What are you talking about, dude? It's been on the radio all day and going viral everywhere.
Harry stormed out of the hall, and we followed him out. We went to the library and found all his sheet music, notes, and CDs gone.
It has to be someone from the house. It was all right here.
Harry demanded to see security footage of everyone who'd been in and out of the house lately. And suddenly we came across a video of me handing a large envelope to the maid. OMG, that's what you're doing, witch? What do you mean? I'm just giving the maid something to mail to the orphanage. But Amanda screamed for the maid to be called in, and what she said left me shook. Oh, this. Miss Elena told me to drop this package at some music producer's studio 2 weeks ago. What? Oh my God, why are you lying? I didn't do anything of the sort. Harry, please, you have to believe me. The disbelief on Harry's face just broke my heart.
But why would the maid lie, Elena? And you were the only one who knew. The only one. I trusted you. And you sold my work?
Harry, I would never do that. But suddenly Amanda leapt forward and slapped me. You thief! I always knew what you were like. Harry, will you call the cops now? If anyone has something to do with all this, it's you, Amanda. I know it's you. I leapt forward to attack her, but Harry stopped me.
She didn't know about that music. You did. I want you to leave my house right now, before I change my mind about calling the cops.
I just burst into tears and left that house within minutes. I couldn't believe Harry thought I'd betray him. I left that city and went back to New York so I could look for Mom. Soon I found a job as a singer in a fancy restaurant, and I kept searching for her, but to no avail. A couple of months later, I was just finishing my performance when I spotted someone in the crowd. Someone I never thought I'd see again. Mom? She gave me a huge smile, and I ran to her, flinging myself in her arms. Oh, Mom, where have you been? Where were you all this time? Oh, my baby, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, you've grown up so much. And I looked for you everywhere, honey. After I came out of jail, I went to your granny's house, but she'd already passed away, and I had no idea how to reach you. But how did you find me now, Mom? I heard about your music album and tracked down the music producer. He helped me find you, and he brought me here. She pointed to someone behind her, and it was Harry. Before I could even say anything, he stepped forward and kissed me.
I'm so sorry, Elena. You were right. It was Amanda all along, and that maid was working for her. And I was stupid enough to fall for it. I was only ever engaged to Amanda because my family owes her family a huge debt, and they said they'd forgive it if I married their daughter. I did it for my parents. But after they found out everything Amanda did, they told me to break it off immediately.
I knew he couldn't possibly love that witch.
Please forgive me for doubting you. And I'm a much poorer man now, but I'm yours, if you'll have me. I love you, Elena.
I forgive you, Harry. And I love you too.